Hey everyone, on today's video what we'll be doing is taking this 1967 K10 cab and we got to replace all this sheet metal. So this cab has seen some better days. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what we have to deal with. So again, what I'm thinking is going to be cut all this rust out and replace it. Have you ever heard the term measure twice, cut once? I think that applies with auto body as well. So I've got a replacement cab corner for this 67, and as you can see, it's pretty big. Like, it goes all the way up past this body line. Now, if you look at this is still good metal. I don't think that we have to go ahead and replace it all the way up to this body line. So what I think I'm going to be doing is, I'd like to keep this factory body line. It's nice and crisp, and then when it lines up with the door, it's going to just, be somewhat factory. Now, I think that we could probably come down, maybe let's say 2 inches down from this body line. And same thing with this, like, this is an aftermarket panel, and this body line and this stamping might not be as nice as the factory stamping here. So let's try and keep this factory stuff by, cutting this old cab corner off, maybe about 2 inches down. And let's say, this appears fairly good, but to get a good start, we're gonna cut it right here and down here. And at least let's look what's underneath there. Okay, as you guys can see, there is some spot welds that attach it to the inside lip. So from the inside, here is the original floor, and the floor butts up to the cab corner here. So there is, probably 2 spot welds, and there might even be some spot welds along here that we have to drill out, grind out. It can be difficult when there's all this filler. Yeah, there's no spot welds holding it, so it must be rusted out here. But I do have to get these 2 spot welds. Holy moly! Look at that. There's some serious filler holding this cab corner on. Maybe we'll have to get out the air tools. So this air chisel is a real handy tool to have in the shop, especially when you're doing rust repair. It's pneumatic. You pull the trigger and it just goes and chisels away at the rust and the welds. It can do some damage, so you do have to be careful. But let's try it out. Look at that. Someone really got ambitious and used some filler to fill the gap. Okay. Now that this side is out, let's do the same to the other side, and we'll move it on to the plate. on this particular cab corner, it looks like there is layer upon layer of repairs. So someone has, welded in a patch here on the inside of the floor. So there is a break here. And then also someone has welded on, not very good, but a slip-on cab brace. So normally this would come off a lot easier, but again, someone got ambitious and tried to repair it themselves. There's some silicone in here, some silicone here, and yeah, it's got a nice thick layer of filler. So we're gonna cut it all out. So while we're back here, we have to remove this entire floor section. Now, it's a little bit difficult to show you, but there is spot welds every, let's say, 1.5 inches that attach this back panel to the floor. Now, we will go ahead and drill out all these welds. Now, this is probably a 5/16 spot weld from factory. So what I'll use is a smaller drill bit to kind of get my center part, and then I'll bump it up to maybe a little bit bigger than 5/16, just so I make sure I really get the center and the outer portion of that spot weld. So let's drill her out. Okay, so we've drilled out all these spot welds, and I've went ahead and I opened up a little bit bigger, and then this panel is now all loose. I do remember that there are a few spot welds that hold a gas tank brace on the inside here. Now, I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult to drill out these spot welds from the floor, because I think I'm going to have to go underneath, and this thing's all covered with undercoating and rust. So I think I'm better off drilling out these spot welds from this brace to the back panel, dropping the entire floor out, and then I can assess removing these brackets afterwards. So a few more holes to drill. So this is where it might get a little bit crazy for some of you. I'm going to pull out the old Sawzall. And the reason why I'm going to use the Sawzall is because we have to replace all the sheet metal. So I'm talking about, these pillars, the rear pillars, and, these panels, they're fairly large. So they, we're not going to replace the entire thing, but where someone has done a poor repair, like this, and like this, we have to, make it right. So let's get cutting. And again, for some of you, you might want to close your eyes. Alright, so it's going to get serious here. We're going to cut this here, and this entire side is going to drop out. I'm gonna hop on the other side and do the exact same thing. So let's see what kind of damage we can do. Would you look at this mess? I do like to take a break every once in a while, and I'll pull out the old broom and dustpan, and I like to try and have a nice clean work environment. It doesn't take too long, and it also gives you a chance to catch your breath. My broom handle, so it looks like I gotta do things the hard way. So what do you guys think? We sure did go to town today, didn't we? So just to recap, we cut our cab corners off, drilled all the spot welds along the back panel here, and we dropped the entire floor section out. So in my next video, I think what we'll address is we have some rust repair to fix. So we'll go ahead and make that from scratch. We have to clean up all this metal, so we'll remove some of the filler that is still there. We go ahead and we will make a decision if we're going to repair the lower section of the firewall here, or we might remove the entire firewall. So again, in another video, we will continue the restoration on this 1967 K10 cab. So I hope you enjoyed my YouTube video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching my little shop on the prairie.